Hello everyone, welcome to MXP. A little bit of a special for you from Comic-con in Liverpool. I am joined by Jason David Frank to do the Purge. First and foremost, as a massive Power Rangers fan growing up, it's a huge honour.
Thank you, it's good to be here. Hello everyone for watching.
Yeah, absolutely. First time in Liverpool?
Yes, it is. Yeah, my first time.
Have you had any time to soak it up in any way, shape or form?
You know, I haven't. I've been in my hotel room, but I normally don't eat donuts, and this is random. In the back they have these donuts with like this caramel in them. Oh my God, it was so good. So
well, they said Jason's gone off to have a donut, and I was like, sure, as a man as athletic as yourself.
Man, I tell you, I haven't ate a donut in a long time, so I was back there like, but it was a good donut. Haven't got a chance to do much though. I've been just, I think, preparing my energy for the fans. Last thing I want to do is be tired for them. You know what I mean?
What's that like? I always find that incredible because you see the volume of people that turn up to these events, and is it a sore cheekbone kind of moment by the time you get to the end of the weekend?
No, I honestly, man, I try to teach my staff to just be real. And karate is where I could teach, be happy, disciplined, so I can kind of go with the flow. It's a little different here because there are no handshakes and hugs and stuff, and which is fine, which I totally agree that, but it's a little different. But no, I honestly, I don't just do this. I talk about real stuff, and you know, and the JDF spoken truth I have, like all those poems, I think people can relate because they don't look at me as just a superhero. They look at me as a real person that has real issues that I've dealt with, you know what I mean?
Well, it's interesting because I mean, I guess people can go both ways with it. You know, you sound like a man from everyone who's spoken about you. You're a guy who clearly enjoys actually being here. I think there's a number of people, and I'm sure everyone here is delighted to be here. But you see people who just assholes, you know what I mean? Who maybe get a bit bored of the fans. You strike me as somebody who actually really embraces it.
Well, I think, and I'm happy about this, man. If they get something to the table, they don't. But I don't get paid to be here. I either come, they fly me, I take care of it. That's why I hook up so many people with stuff, because I'm not obligated to. I don't have to. I don't have to report to anyone. So yeah, for sure, it's the passion. I started this as a hobby way before lots of people were doing Comic-Con years ago. And I really do feel that we have a purpose and you have passion. I don't care about profit, dude. I care about the passion and the emotional deposits that people put in. You know, taking the time. That's why, you know, and it's like, hey, how's it going? I want to make sure I'm real with everyone. And so happens to be that I'm in a really good mood because I ate a donut. No, I'm usually always in a good mood. But anyway,
how is it then? Because you see already the tons of people like the Green Ranger. I mean, this is. I mean, back in the day, you must have seen this as a short time gig. You know, you're only in a short run initially, and it's something that's stuck with you for all time in a really good way.
I definitely embraced what I was doing, and it was one of those things where it was a short run. The good thing is I'm a businessman. I didn't need the job anyway, and that's where I think it was important for me. I just did it. I think 10 to 15 episodes, whatever it was. Never asked to be the leader. Fans went nuts when I left the show, and they brought me back as the White Ranger. Fans went nuts again. That episode was the highest rating episode at that time, where we didn't have social media. We didn't have digital. We had film at that time. So yeah, it's amazing, man. And but the thing is, I think the key to success and passion is to embrace who you are. Never run from it. You know what I mean? I see a lot of people and they're like, oh, I don't want to talk about that. I'm like, but that's what I want to talk about. That's the reason why people are here. You know?
And how was it being, because you're a martial artist, the genuine, you know, the real deal. What was that like walking into the set? Because I mean, everyone was relatively athletic, young, attractive people back in the day. But what was that like walking in, knowing that you were?
It was
you
easy.
You could kick anyone's ass if you wanted to.
Yeah, it was so easy because when I auditioned, they looked at martial arts skills, and it was one of those things where I was like, okay, I'm gonna audition, but I'm gonna treat it like a tournament. Because I used to win all the time. I was a national rated competitor at that time, so I went in there, treated it like a tournament. There wasn't a lot of people I saw at that time, so I got hired and Twee got hired. So the Green Ranger got hired and the Yellow Ranger got hired because she was recasted. So I didn't film right away. I had to wait. So I went to set, and that's something I just realized that I had to wait because the Green Ranger didn't come to episodes, you know, later. So I was anxious. I think I would go to set. Now I think about it, lay out my costume, think, oh, I can't wait to film, and had to watch them film for weeks after weeks until I got my shot. And then once I did, it was, you know, I think martial artists too, being humble. Dude, if you got to brag about things and you got to remind people what you do, then you're not a real martial artist. That's just my opinion. Yeah. Now, people can brag about it, call people out, because that's the sport. Yeah. But I mean, back then, you don't tell everyone, I'm a black belt. My instructors taught me to keep that in your heart. And when you meet people and they throw one thing, you're thinking in your head, yeah, they train. I could tell one move someone throw, I can tell I've been doing it my whole life. I could see if they train or they don't. So it was good. It was easy. Fight scenes were great. I was there, wanted to do all of them. Every fight scene, even the other people's fight scenes. So
quality, absolutely quality. Yeah. So the reason we're here for the Purge, we always ask people, everyone has so many. You seem like a genuinely glass half full kind of guy. Things don't get you down too much, but everyone's got that something, that one thing that they could do without. Yeah. What would you purge from all existence?
I would definitely, two things I would have to. I know you only get one.
Yeah, you do too.
Traffic. Yeah. Anywhere in traffic. I wish I had the Dragon Zord. I wouldn't have to drive in traffic. Traffic, and the people that sweep by my feet when I eat. When I eat, yes, every time I get someone sweeping, and I'm like, oh God, the dust. I don't know what it is, but I was at the airport, and a girl was mopping closer and closer, and I put my feet together, and I was like, oh man, I got nice shoes on. Bloop, mopped right over my foot, and I was like, can we not mop? She's like, well, I'm mopping the floor, and I was like, oh, so the traffic and floor sweepers.
Well, I think we've all been in that situation where our mums have wanted to hoover around the house, and we've all had to, you know what I mean? But so traffic in particular, where does it you live? Man, where's it worst?
Well, I grew up in California.
Well, yeah.
Okay, terrible. Texas, terrible. Even Chicago was bad. I mean, traffic is just getting unbearable. So it's just one of those things, especially when you're in a rush and you hit traffic. There's nothing you can do about it.
Having experienced LA and seeing LA traffic, I think it's one of the most enraging situations a human being can be in, is trying to get across downtown LA at any point during the day.
That's why we used to film 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning. We were filmed in Culver City back then. Then we moved to Valencia, and Culver City was a nightmare. You almost had to come in at 4 or 5 a.m. because you have an audition. They're like, oh, we need an audition at 4, and you're like, oh my God, 4 o'clock. So by the time you get there and then leaving, forget it. You got a spare. So I would definitely do away with the traffic. Like I said,
I'm happy for traffic to be purged for all time. I think we'd all be much happier human beings if that was the case. Yeah. And lastly, I just have to ask. You carry a reputation around with you as a martial artist. You've got the Green Ranger tag, the Power Ranger tag. Do you ever have anyone who thinks?
Oh, of course, man.
Go on. Try and make a name for myself.
Yeah, all the time. And growing up, you have to remember, I have Rising Sun Karate Schools, okay? And that's my business. Like, no one's going to come in my school. I was young at that time. Anyone that would come in and go, spar, I'd say, okay, sign a waiver. And my staff and everybody was like, whoa. So I almost had to fight for that reputation to get respect in my karate school. Now, people come up like, hey, and I go, okay, but today's your lucky day. Today's your lucky day. I got people behind in line. So, but yeah, it happened all the time back in the days. And even my school in Texas, everyone knows I put an open, call out and come to the dojo at 1. But then as I got older, I realized that the proof was more in your heart. It's like you don't have to prove to people. The proof is in my heart, and it's at that time now where it's, as a martial artist, these young black belts calling you out or doing this is disrespectful, man. Yeah. I'm an 8th degree black belt. Like, you have to respect rank, and it's disrespectful to step outside and challenge someone. It really is. Yeah. MMA, of course, that's what they do. That's what they do. And I did that with Punk for years, trying to get the fight. Never happened with him on his side, but it's just what you do. It's the business.
What would have happened?
With Punk?
Yeah.
Oh, it was an easy. I could have ate 5 donuts in the back right now and still fought him. It was an easy fight. And people ask me why I took it. It was just an easy fight. Yeah. And now people can clearly see, oh, yeah, it was easy. But I'm not interested in fighting him now because he's already been exposed. I'm not saying anything. I love the industry. I love people. But when you can go from wrestling, not too many wrestlers, Brock Lesnar, a lot of people, but when you can go from this world into fighting, it's a whole different world.
Yeah.
And it's common for UFC to call people out, but nowadays when Instagram, I just do that. Hey, all right, bud, I don't have time for this.
I genuinely love the idea. If you're straight into trolls, I'll be here at the dojo at 1.
Yeah.
See you there.
Oh, I did, trust me. And a lot of people wrote letters, and a lot of people did not show up.
I would imagine, I'd imagine that you've got the volume of people who would say it, then the volume of people who would say, yeah, I'll be there, and then the volume of people who actually turn up.
And the volume of people that I used to spar with will just give you an idea of my team. Was Derek the Black Beast was in our team. You know, Jacob Silva, Dave Armas. This is a group of people that are all trainers that are in the UFC now, and that's my group of people. So when you look at Derek the Black Beast, used to spar him and throw down with him, no more questions. That's just the way it is. And you know, so everyone in the UFC, I think, were like, oh, Jason's legit. He's, you know, and of course, you know, you got to give someone, you know. And Mike Jackson, you know who fought Punk? Mike was part of our group. Mike Jackson, Derek, they were all part of my group, which is a very small world and hardcore group. But I do Comic-Cons all the time too. You know,
slightly more fun, less kicking people in the face.
Yeah, I ate a donut. It was a real good. I don't know why I'm
Man's
obsessed
living.
with.
Absolutely.
I'm obsessed with that donut. Oh
Jason's
my
come to Liverpool to live.
Live.
Just wait till you get outside of the four walls of the convention centre, my friend. All bets are off.
Yeah.
Absolutely.